one person playing makes any difference.
That is true.
I
Well,
played a bit last night. I was a member of the crew that just sends B commands just to cancel out the people that always send start commands, which pulls up the menu.
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
So there's people who are ruining, well, not ruining, but there's people who are causing negative progress in Twitch Plays Pokemon by constantly bringing up the menu.
Okay.
So you need people to be on like guard so that they can press the menu cancel button every time the menu comes up, because otherwise there's all sorts of stuff you can screw up.
Well, we are gonna go into our draft. No
Yes,
more
we are.
Pokemon. We're gonna see Dota. We're gonna actually see only one game. It's a best of one. Loser bracket games are best of one, contrary to what I mentioned earlier this week. But best out of one, Screen Squad and Cyber Insane Gaming. One of these two teams will be knocked out of the tournament as the first team actually to have done that. So we're gonna see it as we are into the draft right now. Actually, yes, you see the draft right now there as well. But I'm gonna fill it in here. So that's that. So so far. We actually have a Luna pick up first, as we already saw that one. But I have to point out that there was a ban for the Morphling.
Radiant team pick.
What do you think about that one?
Wow. Definitely a targeted ban. I haven't actually seen any games from this sQreen squad, this particular version of this team. I've seen games with sQreen before, obviously. I've seen games with Tossi. He was on a Ukrainian team called Orox. That was pretty decent. He's been in a couple different teams. He's standing in here for them.
Okay, your microphone, by the way, is really loud for me. I don't know if for the viewers the
I'm
same.
sorry.
But,
I'll try to turn it down.
Yeah, just
5 seconds remaining.
cutting a bit there. But it's but yeah, there's a lot of known players in Screen Squad. It's just
Better?
yes, a lot better.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
I don't know. I think, like, I don't know what happens. Like, 2 days ago, it was too quiet, and, like, I haven't changed it since
I know,
then.
it's weird.
It's weird. Okay, I don't know. I guess it's probably targeted at a particular player on Escurine, because there's really no reason why I would ban Morphling over, like, Luna or something like that. It's a fine hero, but nobody's gonna pick it first unless it's a very, 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 like, pocket pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, it's actually really, if you are running Bane Mirana combo, Morphling, oh yes!
Radiant team.
We'll talk about that in a second, but like, Morphling is, in terms of carries, pretty good against Bane Mirana, because he can just, like, even if he gets hit by the full combo, he can morph strength during that entire time. So I guess that's nice. But the real news is the Tusk.
Yes. I have to say, I mean, they're in the loser bracket, so they lost their matches, right?
Yeah.
Screen Squad is playing other tournaments as well, so perhaps they're known for their Morphling there. But Insane Gaming, I don't believe they have faced up against Screen Squad ever. So yeah, it's interesting to see that. But the Tusk pickup is, I personally, I like Tusk if he's played as support roamer. How about you?
You don't like the one-roll alliance Tusk?
I'm not that big of a fan, no.
I think it's okay.
Remaining.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, the hero can be in a lot of roles. Like, you can play him mid, you can play him as one, but then you're on a very strict timer if that happens.
Yeah.
He doesn't scale all that well. I mean, he scales. He doesn't. Like, in theory, Walrus Punch scales indefinitely, but you're talking about an 18-second cooldown. Like, the hero's base stats don't warrant really hard carry status. You really just want to win the game pretty fast. But in this case, obviously, he's not playing the one. There's a Luna on the field, so it will be either mid or support. I can't remember how Retry ran it. Did they run it mid?
No. Well, no, I don't think they ran it mid. I think they ran it
They ran it support.
support. Yeah.
It's an okay support. I mean, certainly he's heavy disable. Frozen Sigil can win team fights if left alone.
Yeah. By the way, Insane Gaming, they lost. The reason that they're here is that they lost against Roxkiss. In that game, they went for 2-1-2 lanes. Or I think even in both the lanes. So I'm wondering if that's going to be their case for the Mirana Bane as well. Of course, it's a combination that we see all the time, but it's always a question like where are they going to lane? And in this case, I'm thinking 2-1-2 lanes, and if that is the case, I think that Tusk has a more difficult time as a support role than he would have otherwise, especially if he is safe lane supporting the Luna and Bane and Mirana are there. He's not going to have an easy time to try and get the ball rolling like pun, but yeah.
Reserve time.
Yeah, that's certainly true. He really doesn't. I mean, they don't have to run. sQreen aren't obligated to run a dual lane just because Q Cyber does. They could
True.
still run a tri lane. But yeah, certainly when Tusk is like the solo support in a lane,
But even duo
you start running
support.
into the issue of, hey, he's melee. It's hard for him to remove things like Bane Nightmare, and if he gets Bane Nightmare, there could be a lot of trouble.
Yeah. That is true. But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting still a secondary support. Now, we have seen, in terms of support combination with a Tusk, there's a lot of different possibilities. Personally, I like Lina, just with the extra burst damage that it gives, and you basically have two setups for your Light Strike array. But we've seen a lot of IO Tusks, actually.
Yeah, we certainly have. I mean, he's a great hero to roll around with IO. He has that ability to, cause your tether pseudo-disabled to trigger. He can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Those are really all you need for IO. I mean, burst and some form of disable trigger.
Yeah. Looks like Q Cyber Insane Gaming is taking their time in terms of thinking about their next pick. They're taking it into their bonus time. They still have got half a minute left, but we'll see how much they use here, because I guess, you kind of get surprised by a Tusk, because it's a fairly early Tusk pickup, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, and yes, the standard Tusk second pick. We have a script to deal with this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected to see it banned, that's for sure. But so they're probably thinking, like, what can we do against this, and what kind of Tusk could it be? That's the main question here, I guess, as they actually select the puck. So a solid mid laner, for sure. Can do well against most mid laners, actually, so I like the pick.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. It's very tough to, a pocket pick is a pocket pick. The hero is obviously not so strong that it's, mandatory. It's the kind of hero that you're really expecting the surprise factor to be a major component of you winning. So it's hard to judge without actually seeing it in action.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, for now, I'm gonna expect Tusk bottom.
5 seconds remaining.
There we go. Moving them on the mini-map. Hells yeah. I'm starting to get more versed with this overlay. It's cool. It works out.
Radiant team pick.
Multitasking is fun and easy, apparently.
Are you getting more and more adept with it as you use it?
Yep. It's like I can see the picks and just select the heroes at the same time.
Damn, sick. So AA comes out. This is a really nasty combo. This makes me think that this is probably not going to be dual lanes. It's looking more like... Because why wouldn't you run Bane, Mirana, Ancient App? Once the Mirana arrow lands, you can put Cold Feet on. That person's dead.
Aggressive trial lane could be a possibility here. I would like that, actually. If you shut the Tusk down, he's not going to have a big impact.
I agree. I mean, the hero, he does need some levels. His ult is, it's damage, really, but it's also a BKB breaking disable, so it's pretty good. Jakiro comes out. Jakiro's another hero that's coming back a little bit, I think. They have the Clockwork combo all set up here.
Yeah, and with the Snowball as well, you can combine it pretty decently as well. So,
yes. I would suggest that they put the Jakiro mid and draft Crystal Maiden so that they can have Team Ice.
Oh, I thought you were referring to yesterday's Jakiro mid. Because, it was actually legit.
It was legit. It seems okay. I mean, Liquid Fire is so good now that it's... You almost want to give them some levels now just because Liquid Fire is so good. Mm-hmm. The spell was insane.
It was, and it worked out properly. I think, with Insane Gaming's draft, this last pick is going to decide if we're going to see an aggressive tri-lane or not.
I agree.
And until then...
I do think that... Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's like, if we don't know for sure, neither does Screen Squad, and it's very difficult to go up against a team if you don't know what you're expecting, if you're drafting still. But I guess they only need their mid-hero, for which they already know that they're up against a Puck. And with the Queen of Pain pickup, we have seen Puck on the off lane before, so I'm expecting Mirana safe lane in this case.
Well, it could still be aggressive try, Quap solo safe, Puck mid, or Quap mid, Puck solo safe, aggressive try. I would expect one of those two, honestly. Although it's tough to say. Obviously, yeah, we've even seen Queen of Pain solo hard. Sakshka used to do it. Sakshka, who may or may not be on Sigma anymore, used to do it.
Really? What?
There's
you can't just throw balls like that.
What's up?
You can't just do stuff like that.
That's not I didn't start it. It's on Reddit.
Oh.
Fada tweeted that they had a new lineup, but then deleted the tweet.
What?
I don't know, man. It's intrigue.
Intrigue indeed. Jeez. Scary.
Anyway, I don't think Jakiro mid's actually good here because like liquid fire isn't really that important against this team. Like there's nobody whose attack speed you care about slowing. Like, oh yeah, let me slow down Mirana's 39 damage attacks.
Woohoo!
Night Stalker. Cool. I think this is a great pick. He's so good against both Puck and Quap and all these guys.
I
think Night
have to say,
Stalker is
I was
actually
not
a fantastic
expecting that.
pick.
We have actually got a remake going on here. So,
Yeah, so we do.
In this case, which is actually awesome, I can actually, I can keep the draft up. We can actually
Nice.
disconnect, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I disconnected already, so I hope so.
There's no new lobby up just yet. We have to wait for them.
Yikes.
I will ask for the admin.
Grim gamers. No, I think Night Stalker was a fantastic pick, actually. It also, the thing with Night Stalker is sometimes he can't catch people during the day, but Tusk actually solves that problem.
Yeah.
Just snowball in.
Question though, now that we know the full lineup, I think it might be in Insane Gaming's favor if they do run an aggressive trial lane. First of all, like the Luna is still there, and you don't want her to free farm. The mid's gonna have a tough time, and kind of like fighting fire with fire. That's why I find that they should go offline. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they should do... Sorry, Insane is the ones that drafted the Mirana Bane?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should aggressive trialing and then put Puck mid, I think.
Yeah? Puck mid, Queen of Pain, safe lane? That could be possible.
Yeah, I think that's the right call, but I'm not sure. They could also put Quap mid.
Well, there's the lobby.
I get scared a little bit. I don't know. Like both matchups are fine. Like Quap versus NS, Puck versus NS. I feel like Puck has slightly better ability to rune control against Night Stalker, but it's not that different.
Well, I'm swapping them around.
I haven't played Night Stalker in a long time. I don't really know. Or seen much Night Stalker. S4 plays him sometimes, but in general,
In competitive, no.
Yeah. He's not super bad. Like the hero is a good fifth pick sometimes. Like this is almost the ideal use case for the guy. Like when you really want that silence, it's one of the best silences in the game.
True.
It's great against a hero like Quap, who actually like does pretty good auto attack damage because you get the benefit of both the silence and the mischance.
Yeah, and the silence overall, like every single hero on Insane Gaming, they like
Is spell based.
Until later on in the game is gonna be all about those spells. So,
yeah, even Mirana is completely essentially rendered not super useful by the
for the first 20-30 minutes. That's regardless. This is a very difficult game because normally if you look at Insane Gaming's lineup, you think, you know what, this team, if they get a decent mid game, if they can snowball from that point onward, then that's great. But if you look at Screen Squad, they've got the late game with the Luna, they've got the mid game with the Night Stalker, the early game with an aggressive Tusk perhaps, and they've got Clockwork for the control. It's a very well-rounded lineup for Insane to go up against, who has basically only got a window of opportunity for their lineup to be the strongest of the two.
Yeah, I think the lineup is definitely interesting. We'll have to see how well the Tusk is utilized. I feel that it could all fall apart if they don't have a sufficiently good laning stage. Like if the Mirana Bane Ancient App just gets like 3-4 kills before first night, like say goodbye basically. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we are, by the way, for people wondering, we're still remaking the game, so we're still in new lobby as we're waiting for the last one of Q Insane to join. As we now have actually got proper team tags for them, so we know what to call them. Q Insane, rather than Q Cyber or Insane. Q Insane. Not Q
Insane.
Pad, but
Works
Q
for me.
Insane. Yep. I like it too. It works.
Oh my god.
What?
They defeated the second gym leader in Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Oh, wow. Are you seriously? They did not.
This one took like 14 hours.
Is it a second gym leader already? Wow. Ooh.
I know.
I'm sliding off my chair here. That's so good.
This, but unironically.
Sorry. Go ahead.
There was nothing else to say.
Oh.
I'm excited for this game, honestly. I really am. I'm just also obsessed with this thing.
Yeah, I have no idea because I've never played Pokemon, so I don't know. I don't share your enthusiasm, and I really don't know what you're talking about normally. I assume
it's
the
more
series.
of like it's not even the game as such. It's just a really interesting social experiment. Like, it's a true test of the theory of like whether completely independent actors, like with barely any motivation, can actually accomplish a complex task.
Yeah, even that didn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest.
Well, like, you know the phrase like 1,000 monkeys typing on typewriters will eventually make Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
So it's that, except it's on Twitch. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right, so no, seriously, like Insane, like they have a really solid burst lineup. I think the Night Stalker pick definitely throws them for a loop, but if they just keep Mirana, if Luna never hits BKB, they can pretty easily win. I think they just need to have a really strong laning phase. Like, they have a good shot of winning all 3 lanes. Like, Night Stalker doesn't win lanes. He just survives until first night. Clockwork is okay, but he's not going to win a lane against, like, Quap, right? Like,
yeah.
Quap should dominate that lane. And Mirana, Bane, Ancient Apparition versus Tusk, Luna, Jakiro. I mean, like, it depends on how much you've practiced, but Bane, Mirana, like, all teams know how to play this now. Like, so it's going to be tricky.
Yeah. It's a cookie cutter lineup that has been used so often that people should know how to deal with it. Oh, I should have done this earlier. Sorry, people. I'm gonna turn the captioning off so people cannot see what the heroes say anymore. They just have to listen. Listen is good.
I think this is a Snows of Frostibus UI game, Shiver, just because of all the snowy and cold heroes on the map.
I don't know though. Deepest Depths is also so good.
Deepest Depths is also legit, I agree.
I will go for Deepest Depths. It fits better with the overlay that I have with our name.
Okay, that's fair. It's all about the overlay.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's take a look at who's playing what. As we look towards an aggressive trial lane, yes, that's going to be good for us. It's going to also be really good for Q Insane. Going to also be a bit of a do it or die for Q Insane at the same time. But Mirana will be played by Big Num on the bottom lane here. Wicked Sick will be on the Bane. And they'll also have Inquisitor there on the Ancient Apparition. So that's our trial lane right there. Middle lane, it is going to be the Puck as expected, played by Slivy, Plum, what was the other name? Chomi?
Plums, yeah. Chomi, yeah.
Chomi, okay, there we go then. And Stellianer, who we didn't see yesterday, I believe. But perhaps he was the Daniel that we then had. But Stellianer will play the Queen of Pain on the top lane.
Yeah, Stellianer's a pretty well-known player.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well, for SS, we'll see what they have in store for us with their unconventional picks and lanes. Tossie is going to be on the support Jakiro, Flamines on the Tusk, and Sad, which I'm sure is an alias, but I'm not sure who this is on Luna. In the middle lane, it'll be What to Do on the Night Stalker, and then in the bottom, it's SQReed. The captain of the team is on the... Yep, he's going to be on the Clockwork, so this is going to be a fun lane for Clockwork.
Yeah, and it's gonna be it is a Dutch tri lane in that regard. I guess it was too obvious what Q Insane wanted to do. I do like that for screen. I think it's very good. It's not necessarily bad for Q Insane though, as Stellianer should be okay here. And if they can get Mirana here free farm still, then it won't be too bad.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a delicate situation for both teams, as you said. It's best of 1 elimination match. Screen Squad went for the unexpected, like we'll use unconventional picks and we'll just dominate you. Q Insane went for, well, we'll do solid picks, we'll do the Sigma-ish strat. They missed the Ice Path on Stellianer, but they have rotated the AA over, so they figure, whatever, we can dominate the Clockwork one way or another, but we do want to make sure that Quap gets farm. She's both a level and an item-dependent hero. You can't just get levels on her.
No. I do like, yeah, 2 on 2, it definitely can work out. However, they're not necessarily gonna win any lane, as in, of course, they're gonna win bottom, but that's a given lane basically. And so a lot depends then on the mid lane. It is Night Stalker sitting on 6 for 0, with 9 or 10 for 3 right now for the Puck. So he's getting slightly ahead, though. Of course, in about 2 minutes' time, wait a second, on the top lane, we might have ourselves a bit of a go here. As Stellianer, he still has a blink. He is actually going to be okay. The Ice Path misses, but the shards actually hit. Just some harassment.
They aren't quite landing the combo. In theory, you should be able to use the shards to make it impossible to miss the Ice Path. So I wonder how much they've actually trained using this lineup. But that's the thing. Like, how many scrims are you going to play with a Tusk, right? Like, I think AUI mentioned this on Mad once. Like, yeah, we'd love to have more like weird picks and stuff, but it's very tough to do like 40 scrims, 38 of which you lose. But you're like, well, I believe in this pick. Like, we're gonna make Tusk work, guys.
Yeah, especially since it's normally a surprise pick.
Yeah,
Other
exactly.
than this one,
And also,
but
that's the other thing that nobody talks about is that like a scrim, like a pocket pick that you show in scrims, like a lot of teams will know about it.
yeah,
Like,
it's no
casters
longer a
won't, but
pocket
teams will.
strat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like obviously, it's then out on the table if you're thinking
Exactly.
about the like yeah.
I agree completely. And everybody plays on such a high level now that you have to practice. Like,
Yes.
there's so few picks that are going to be so much better that you can afford to not practice them and just whip them out. Like, it's not TI1 anymore. You can't have somebody playing a hero for the first time and just winning.
Yep. We're gonna have the shards into Ice Path. There we go, Inquisitor. He's gonna be the first one to go down here.
Sick.
First blood on the board. It is indeed the AA. Picked up by the Jakiro himself. Stalina blinks himself away. But that is the combination that they should be able to do every single time those shards are up. And with mana then, of course, as well.
They did a good job. I mean, that's exactly what they needed to do. They got first blood. And it also looks cool. The
Yes.
Ice Path, like Ice Shards. I've never seen that before.
Same kind of white is used.
Yeah. It
Same
looks like a
as-
big arrow. Like, it looks like one spell.
Yes. Bomb. That's an arrow, people. Just so you know, I actually attempted to draw an arrow there.
Are you not open mic in Dota TV, by the way?
I have not got my... What? Why do I not have my open mic in Dota TV?
R.I.P.
I should
Wicked
be
Sick
having it
rotating
now.
into mid, but can they actually kill Nightstalker? I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
Seems
no,
iffy.
I don't think so. They don't have any extra disables, and he can just run. On top
What a
of that, it's
rotation.
nighttime right now, so... And he's
That
gonna
was-
get a double damage rune. Oh god, he rotates stop instantly. And now I'm talking inside the game. I have to toggle the microphone on and off. So if you could
Okay.
tell people that they can hear me now, or yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Dota TV and you don't hear Shiva, just switch the broadcaster off it and back onto it. Easy kill on Inquisitor there. I mean,
Yes.
DD Nightstalker, what the hell is AA gonna do, right?
And to be honest, he should have known that. There is a word that scouted out that he was picking up that rune and that he did not come back afterwards. So I'm not sure why
It's
his
true.
separation was that far out.
He was walking back, it's just, I mean, 295 move speed, no boots. It's not the
Oh,
fastest
the
guy in the
snowball
world.
in the middle lane. Puck still able to orb himself out. I guess he's one of the few heroes that can actually dodge that kind of aggression.
Yeah, you have to have Crippling Fear,
Oh,
like, up.
screen. The Nightmare into arrow combination was there. He pops the cogs and pops the salve as well, which actually will allow him to escape. And with Jakiro coming in, the rest of the
Sick
queue
cogs.
insane can't do it anymore. Great cogs indeed, and great salve as well, making sure like he was sticking in the cogs for a little while longer, so they wouldn't see him and would be able to tick off his salve.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they did a fantastic job there. Here's Flaminus with the snowball.
Yep, Wicked Sick gonna get caught by the Ice Path as well as the battery assault comes in, as well as the cogs. There's no way out for him. It will be screened to pick up the kill itself as well, and Big Num all he can do is just stand by and watch. A lot of rotations coming in from these supports for Screen Squad, and to be honest, I actually thought they were gonna stick around top a little bit longer to maybe give Luna a bit more farm, because right now she's really not getting that much anymore because her supports are not there.
He's not doing terrible. I mean, he's
Oh.
got 23 last hits. But yeah, for sure, he's not doing as well as either. Even Mirana's about the same. Puck is quite a bit ahead. But I think Screen Squad overall is getting what they need to get done. Like, Luna can be a little bit behind as long as Nightstalker and Tusk are doing well.
Yeah, well, like, wait a second. First of all, we're gonna see Nightstalker once again gets a rune, once again rotates top. This time, there are people indeed next to the tower rather than a bit outside of range of the tower, so we'll see if what to do does.
Oh, nice. They're not going to see this coming at all.
Oh, they're gonna go for Big Num. Hello. Void. Silence is there too late though, but the extra speed from nighttime should still be enough for the kill. If, oh, actually, no, he gives it up. Gets put in a nightmare. In comes the snowball, though. Arrow will still hit up on Flaminus, and it looks like maybe Wicked Sick can get out alive. There's gonna be another Void shortly, though, and that should be a dive for a kill. They can't really afford not to, after all. They did rotate a lot for that and spend a lot of effort into that as well. But the one thing I actually wanted to point out... Wait a second. Oh, come on. Stop
It's
fighting.
time.
Oh, Dream Coil
It's
screen.
time.
Oh, he killed himself! He walked out of the Dream Coil and therefore killed himself. And Puck, he might be picking up a double kill right here. Can he do this? One more hit. Should be getting the kill right there. Double kill. And all of a sudden, Q Insane is back. inside this game. In the meantime, on the top lane, we also have Saliener getting a kill. It is going to be Jakiro that drops to his hands. Gets himself level 6 with that one, and gets himself out safe as well.
So all that basically dates to not crippling fearing the Mirana first before using the Void, which I think is a mistake. He should have crippling feared out of Invis and then voided.
Yeah.
He was trusting on Mirana's reaction time being too slow to leap away. And because of that, that was what pushed Night Stalker forward. They eventually had to give up on the Mirana, chase the Bane all the way to here, and get caught out for a double kill. That completely puts a stop to their momentum, and now you see that they are doing the more defensive, hey, let's try to clear out maybe this tier 1 tower, give Luna some space, because our whole dominate them with ganks early plan just got stopped by a Puck double kill.
Yeah, it's still nighttime, by the way. Almost over, however. Looks like it's not going to be coming in time for age separation, though. Wrong place, wrong time. There's still Queen of Pain here around as well, but she'll blink into the forest. Looks like they're just going to give up the tower.
Clock needs 2 creep waves is the problem. Oh, no, he's getting it now. Never mind.
For level 6.
Quap got out, though. It was too late.
Yeah, it was way too late. She saw it coming from a mile away. Bottom is getting pressured at the same time as well, and it looks like it might just be a trade, in which case that would actually favor Q Insane, because they're only killing a tower with 2, while also pressuring the mid tier 1. So overall getting a bit ahead. So far, though, it's not really a trade yet, just trade for health on towers. But the thing that I wanted to point out is the courier on Q Insane, which is the courier that you can get as well. Oh, Hookshot gets on a creep screen. Gets put in a nightmare, and no follow-up there. Arrow, actually. Follow-up to get away, I hope. Yep. But you can buy the ticket for this tournament and get that courier. So
I love the weird Naga baby courier. It's amazing, in my opinion.
And it's pretty big as well.
Yeah, well, it's not as bad as Kupo the Metamorphoser, but it's pretty big.
I don't know who that is.
It's the giant butterfly that's like 50 miles wide.
Oh, yeah.
Hate that thing.
Well,
Puck's farming really well. I mean, we'll have to see how they convert this into... I mean, the thing with Puck this game is he might even need, like, BK Lincolns or something eventually, but not as his first item.
What do you think that this Moonlight Shadow is going to get them? Because I don't think anything.
Absolutely nothing.
No, it was kind of obvious. Look at everybody hiding. They saw it. With of course, the Puck showing himself, and with the moon above his head, it was kind of obvious.
Yeah, I vote nothing.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's okay for not every Moonlight Shadow to connect. I mean, the fact is, Mirana's farming well. Quap is farming quite well, relative to the fact that he was hard lane Stelliana, and he got a kill as well. So.
Yeah, and the Luna, I mean, she is farming, obviously. She is not farming as well as you would expect on a safe lane. She is still highest for her team, so she's not farming bad by any stretch, but at least didn't get utterly free farm, which is something that Q Insane can be really happy about.
Exactly.
As we have again a rotation, this time with smoke. 3 people smoked up. It is the combination with the snowball as well as the ice path and a hookshot if they want to as well. So a lot of spells that actually stack up together.
Yeah, they have to get a kill though. If they don't keep getting kills, they're wasting so much time.
They're getting Inquisitor here. Not really a challenge.
And the fact is, keeping AA off of 6 is great. But if you look at levels, it's starting to become a slight problem. Mirana is 1 level ahead of Luna. Queen of Pain is Sorry,
what to do? What to do? What is he gonna do? He's gonna try to run from this one, but in comes Stelliana with a blink scream after his silence ran out. Daytime after all. That silence doesn't really last that long. Cavalry coming in. The Ice Path will only hit upon the Puck though, who is invisible, so they didn't see that.
Who's invis, yeah.
And looks like Jakiro will pay for that one. Hookshot in. Still gets himself the Queen of Payment. He'll just jump himself out. Snowball coming in on 2. Wicked Sick Stellianer. Sonic Wave on 2. And actually, Fleminist has to be very careful. Stellianer does have a blink. Blinks forward with the orb coming in. That gets the kill. Now it is going to be coming an Eclipse sad. Oh, is he going to be very sad very soon? Need one more hit to die. Inquisitor can actually get that in. The Cold Feet, that will do the job. And another kill goes the way of Q Insane. A Starstorm comes out. Big Num joins the party, and it's Screen that he wants. And it looks like it's Screen that he's going to get to. Never mind. It is Puck once again with the orb, with the kill, dominating for him right now as the Snowball is actually back, but it doesn't matter anymore. Everybody of Q Insane gets out alive. While for Screen Squad, their Night Stalker died. Their Tusk died. Everybody died, actually. It was
Everybody died. It was an awful fight overall. They probably should not have taken it. If they did decide to take it, they shouldn't have taken it the way they did, where each person trickled in. half the people didn't have mana. Tusk, when he doesn't have mana at this point in the game, deals 0 damage. Like, he is completely useless without mana. So he walked in with 1 snowball's worth of mana, and then it's like, well, guess this is my time to die. And as a result, the fact that they got almost completely wiped, I think Clockwork lived, but I don't know. Now Q-Insane has such an advantage, especially on the puck. 2 levels, he has a full Blink Dagger. It becomes very difficult for Screen Squad, and they're almost forced into purposefully playing badly now. Like, now they need even more to generate ganks with favorable numbers, which means they'll fall further and further behind on levels.
Yeah, I do like that they try to gank Stallianer, who's, by the way, safe, especially with the Moonlight Shadow coming in as well. But the Moonlight Shadow is actually used for bottom lane, I would assume. If they're gonna try to gank... Oh, I thought they were gonna try to gank the Luna, but they rotate mid instead, in which case that will only result into a tower, because there is a smoke up for both Tossie and Flaminus, and they're going top to a Queen of Pain who is just fine, keeps dodging flares. They know that she is still there, and her teleport is still on cooldown, but now they see her, and in comes the hookshot, I would say. Another flare, no hookshot? No,
because even with hookshot, they can't catch up. Like, the Tusk can maybe Ice Shard, but he won't Snowball before she blinks. So.
Oh, Luna, you should carry a teleport. Well, you know, carry teleport. Well, now he will buy them, but it's too late now. Fiend Script coming out from Wicked Sick.
Yeah, Luna is incredibly in a ton of trouble. Like I said, like, if they can keep Luna off BKB and win all 3 lanes, which they won 2 lanes and kept her off BKB, so Q-Insane are in very good shape for their game plan, and Screen Squad are really in trouble because Night Stalker hasn't leveled in a long time, and the second night is already half over.
But they're gonna try to bait something out here middle, so they're gonna hope that someone comes to defend this tier 1 middle. There's a smoke already up on the high ground with the nighttime already up. So they're looking for an initiation, but so far Q-Insane is kind of calling them out on their bluff, I guess, in terms of... oh, in comes the teleport actually. Mirana coming in. AA ult flying in as well though. Will miss. Ice Path. Will hit up on Wicked Sick. Puck jumps himself out there again. And actually, Night Stalker got hit by an arrow. Screen hooks himself in, gets nobody with his cogs, and realizes that he has to go out. But no, can't do. Brain Sap and Sonic Wave will kill him off. Tusk, who tried to be super aggressive, is going to pay for that as well. Is going to get chased down with another Blink and a Waning Rift. He will get the kill for Puck. Sad, looking for the invisibility rune. Is Stallianer gonna get it instead? No, he is not. No Blink for him, and Sad will get himself out. Is there detection? No, there's not. No. Yeah. She'll be okay. But
actually, from my perspective, that's like the #1 biggest problem with support Tusk. Like, every other support, or 99% of other supports, don't have to commit as heavily to a fight as Tusk does. Like, if something like that happens where you snowball, and in between when you started the snowball and when you end the snowball, your team just loses. Sick body block on the puck here. Yeah. Really nice. And that was a really nice body block. He used Invis to body block the puck to make sure and once Crippling Fear landed, they knew that they would get a free kill. So that's an important kill for them, actually. Yeah,
and they get, what is it, 675 gold for that as well on the Night Stalker?
Yeah, it's too bad it's not on the Luna, because he needs BKB more than anything, but...
Yeah.
Well, Night Stalker's making BKB as well, so it's just... So is Queen of Pain, by the way, so lots of BKBs.
Yeah, and in a way, you know, it's very defensive. Normally I would actually say that Mirana's making one as well, actually. Because, you know, it's great that they can stay alive, but who's going to do the damage? For Q-Insane, we already know that they would lack it, because they have mostly spell damage, and the right click is consisting of Mirana and Queen of Pain, which is not the best in the world, especially not if you compare it to a Night Stalker as well as a Luna. So I'm kind of worried about the item choices, more so for Q-Insane than for Screen Squad, of course. But it's Ancient Operation ult coming in for the Tusk. Will still hit Starstorm as well. He's balling in though. He's going for it. But Big Gnome leaps himself away. Still gets stuck in the shards. As Screen will get stuck by the Cold Feet and will go down as well there. As Tossie can't really do anything here either. We have got Night Stalker stuck in the Fiend Script. And that's another 4 heroes down for Screen Squad. It's gonna be 5. No BKB for Luna, they say. Jump forward. That's a double kill for Stallianer. 5 for 0. And I mean... At what point are you gonna say just continue farming and play passive, right?
Yeah, the response to the Tusk gank, the Nightmare into Ancient Apparition ult of fully committing, but not very cleanly, was... I don't know, I think it was questionable. Maybe if they were all in position already, but... I understand the Tusk's perspective, like from Tusk, hey, I'm dead 100% guaranteed.
Yeah.
Might as well get a stun out. But the rest of his team following him, but sort of like... Nightstalker was just pacing back and forth until he got nailed by the Fiend's Grip. Like, he didn't do any damage to any in that
It's
fight.
like, am I gonna go in? We're gonna go not in. In, not in. And then, okay, never mind. Decision was made for me.
Yeah.
It's very painful. Look, but don't they have the better late game? That's my frustration. Like, isn't it for them? Like, if they continue farming, wouldn't they be better off?
I don't think they're getting that much of a choice is the thing. Like, Q Insane is taking a lot of map control. They have multiple gankers. Like, Luna has tried to passively farm, like, for instance, at the tier 1 bottom, and she got 4-man ganked very quickly.
Yeah.
So.
But
It's
then
just
that
becoming
was
very
only
difficult for them
because
to
she
do
wasn't
anything.
carrying a teleport scroll.
Yeah, I suppose so, although they have ways to cancel it.
Yeah,
Dream
they
Coil,
had a
Bane.
Fiend Script used for that in the end as well, I guess.
I don't know. I think it's very tough. Like, yes, in theory, Luna takes the late, but it's like, what's your road between now and then? Like, what do the other 4 heroes do during all of that time?
Yeah.
If you can't win a 5-man, then the other team could confidently just 5-man the Luna, right?
True. It's
tricky.
yeah, and I mean it's a single game, like it's a best of 1, so this is all the chances that they have. Loser bracket match, loser goes home, loser gets eliminated, no pressure. And even though Q Insane is playing really well, I mean kudos to them for sure. I kind of feel like Screen Squad could do a lot better than what they're doing now. It feels disorganized. Do you think it's the draft or the play at the moment?
It's the draft, mostly. They have to do certain things with this draft, like do the smoke ganks and the rotations around with Tusk, Clock, Nightstalker. Otherwise, you have 3 melee heroes with mediocre scaling.
Ooh, okay, your Fiend's
Oh,
Grip.
that was like, he probably should not have been there.
No, was
That's
it
the other thing, like,
overkill?
you're up against so many blinkers, like Mirana, Puck, Quap. Positioning becomes very difficult just as a general rule because, you know, people could come out of anywhere.
Blinks. 2 heroes of Q Insane, of course, already. We have Bane already starting to build his own BKB, by the way. And he is not even that far off from the same kind of farm that Luna and Nightstalker has. In terms of his BKB progress, let's put it that way.
Yep. Now, to be fair, the hero can't farm, but if they keep winning fights...
Yeah. You know, you don't farm creeps, but you'll farm heroes. It would work out. Well, that's a tier 2 dropped. First tier 2 of the game. We have got only 3 towers down on the side of Screen Squad though, and only 1 actually on the side of Q Insane. Not really that much. Of course, we are only 20 minutes into the game, but considering this way the game is going, I would have expected maybe Q Insane to have a bit more towers, to take in towers after a successful team fight, but we even still have a tier 1 top standing. Quite strong actually as well.
Yep.
The fights just keep coming to them, I guess. Well, they do gank, and like, yeah, they do make the fights happen themselves. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, they're doing the Q&A, I think, are doing most everything correctly. Like, they still don't have very fast push, so it's not going to be the quickest to actually get all the towers down. But also, like, I like the fact they took the tier 2 bottom. I think it's a lot more important than taking the tier 1 top. Because now they have
brilliant
control of the
ice
jungle.
path!
Oh, whoops.
Sullian will still be able to blink out. I mean, you know, he's not gonna die, but nice.
All they have is crippling fear for that. That's the
Yes.
problem.
And Nightstalker wasn't there.
Yeah, with no crippling fear, also Quap's BKB is done, but when Nightstalker's not there, their ganks, it's almost hopeless to actually gank the Quap successfully.
Yeah, by the way, I mean, it's kind of funny to see all this BKB progresses. That was a Luna blown up by a solo Stellianer. But since everybody is building the BKBs, it's all going at about the same pace. Because Nightstalker, Luna, as well as Mirana, all now have the Ogre Club as well as the Minthor Hammer ready. Just need the recipe.
But the fact is, Q&A needed a little bit less since they're already winning.
Mm-hmm.
When you're losing every fight, you're the team that needs items to be even in fights. Whereas Q&A, they're already winning fights. BKB's nice. It means they might win fights harder, but...
Yeah. Because what do you do if you don't have your physical damage? You're gonna go for the spells, and right now, looks like we're gonna have a gank up on what to do though. But he realizes that Moonlight Shadow is up, got called out. Of course, there were plenty of heroes visible with that up. So
and Puck has had such a great game, like 6-1 and 10. He's been everywhere. He's been part of 16 of their 18 kills. He dominated lane, which is what you need to do. Like it would be set. It's less of a good thing than okay, you did your job. But he's just been all over the place. Right, starting from that double kill.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing falling apart for Screen dates to not crippling fearing that Mirana with the Invis rune, and thus the puck starting to snowball by getting a double kill. Like that's suddenly the puck can afford to be Chomi can afford to be much more active, and he has ultimate orb, which is probably a scythe.
Yeah.
Although I actually think Lincoln's is a fairly legitimate choice as well.
And the mistake that you mentioned, I mean, it is a mistake that most people wouldn't make. If you're playing Night Stalker a bit, like if you're known with playing Night Stalker, you normally always would silence a hero before going in, especially if that hero has an escape. So that makes it a bit extra painful. It wasn't necessarily a super good play from Mirana, even though of course she was fast enough on the fingers, but it was more like it was a bit mediocre play for the Night Stalker.
Yeah, it's just careless. It's like, well, she won't hit the button, or she won't do it in time, or maybe she doesn't have leap trained. Like, it wasn't a good call. I mean, I don't want to harp too much about it. I think Night Stalker has played fine. They're just kind of getting their strategy stuffed by this Quap puck.
Yep. 3 out of the 4 BKBs are done now, by the way. Just need the one on the Luna, who's of course of the 4
Bane's
heroes.
done?
Oh, I didn't even count that one. No, the Bane's not done. Needs the recipe as well. 800 gold for him.
Alright.
He's less close than the Luna, though. Like.
Yeah, Luna's done. She just has it in the stash.
Ah, she didn't have it yet, but I looked though.
Yeah, I believe her.
Yeah, she cleared Ancient, so that's.
AA is starting Aghanim Scepter. That's actually, if AA ever hits that, I think it's actually fairly over. When a team that's substantially ahead gets Aghanim Scepter on Ancient Apparition, and the Ancient Apparition is at their computer and awake, like, your chances of beating them are so vanishingly slim, because
what a requirement that is, by the way. At his computer
yeah, right?
and awake.
Well, it has to be both.
Yeah.
If either one does not hold, then the Ancient Apparition will not win.
Okay. Unless his teammates carry him, I guess. But it's a decent requirement. You have to also be able to hit that spell, though, because it is still a bit of a skill shot.
You can have the AA sit in Fountain and just, like, use the button on cooldown and just hit anywhere on the map, and it'll hit, like, a large portion of the map.
True.
Like, yeah, it's a skill shot, but it's not that hard to hit, like, honestly.
Well, Q Insane, they prepped for a push. They went all 5 top. Oh! Screen!
Sick. Now that's a skill shot.
Now that is a skill shot, and that is also a snowball. They might be able to get big number. Punch comes out, but it doesn't matter.
God, no.
2 dead.
Thing is, the Ancient App ult combined with the Queen of Pain puck burst is just crazy, because, you know, you can't heal. Like, mech won't help you. You're taking like 60% of your health instantly, which usually you'd be like, oh, okay, but then I can respond. But you don't get a chance to respond because of the Ancient App ult.
Yep.
It's gonna be even worse once he trains Vortex. I'm surprised he hasn't trained Vortex yet. It's amazing with Quap and Puck.
Well, soon, level 10, I would assume he will get his first level
Yeah.
in. So now we see the silence go off before the nuke. Let's see if they have enough damage. Moonlight Shadow's gonna come out, perhaps to save his life. Phase shift there as well. Might be enough. Celianer coming in, looking for a kill on Sad, who is not gonna get hit by that AA ult. And he'll BKB TP out, and that should be enough for him to get away. They don't get anything from that gank, though.
Yeah, well, they used, they did in the
Actually,
sense that they forced Moonlight Shadow, I guess. So that's 2 minutes without Moonlight.
However, I actually would argue that Q Insane got a better trade, because they've got the first 10-second
BKB.
10-second BKB, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they did get the better end, but Screen Squad did get something, even if it's very, very small. They forced Puck to base too, which is like, it means your Luna won't get ganked for a little bit, so he can farm this with knowing that the puck won't be there.
Wow. At this point, Night Stalker cannot even gank the Bane because he's too tanky. And Bane now has his BKB as well. Arrow flying in. It's not going to hit anything though. It's close. Well, it's close.
Yeah, Big Num's played pretty well. He hasn't died. He's 3-0-6.
Yeah, and he's going for
and he's moving towards
next.
Dezo.
Yeah.
Or Thunderhammer, I guess, but Dezo's a much better pickup here.
It's the choice. Would you like to shoot lightning or would you like to shoot lasers? It's a difficult choice.
Lightning's way better. I mean, visually, the lightning's way better.
Really? Because I like the visual of the Dezo better.
No way.
Lasers.
It's just a dorky little red thing.
What? It's lasers. You're shooting lasers, and
dorky.
lightning is not the whole time. You have to get lucky.
You do have to get lucky, it's true.
Oh, Big Nom, he really wants to get rid of that Aegis, doesn't he? Or maybe he wants to bait something out with his health being so low. It is kind of obvious, though, what Q Insane is doing. Like, you know, they went bottom earlier. That worked out, got the tier 2 backed off, then went middle, looking for the tier 2. And they're just constantly hoping that Screen Squad will make a mistake that will force out a team fight that they win, and then they can go high ground. If that is the case, well, Screen Squad will know that, of course. I keep wanting to call them Screenshot. It's very... Oh, shot in! Screen! BKB turned on by the Night Stalker, but it is daytime, so it's... there we go. Darkness pop, but the Fiend's Grip is there. Wicked Sick, nobody can interrupt him. He is getting harassed by Sat, though, and he will go down, but it's already 3 for only 1 support in the Moonlight Shadow, keeping the rest alive. Jakiro still goes down to the Mirana, and it is a very sad Luna. Like, literally, that is the last one surviving for his team, and that could cost them more than just a tier 2 tower.
Yep, second excellent Fiend's Grip of the game. The previous fight, he also had a pretty much full duration of Fiend's Grip on Night Stalker. Second, another excellent Moonlight Shadow, completely saving them at the end when they were all low and Luna could have tried to mop up a bit. Unfortunately, yeah, even with BKB on Night Stalker, the fact is you don't have an answer to Fiend's Grip unless you can interrupt it, and they don't have that many interrupts. Like, well, I mean, actually they do, but for... No, I'm completely wrong. They have tons of interrupts, but they haven't been able to use them effectively on Bane. He's just been positioning himself well.
Yeah, and I mean you can attack him, which was, I mean, it is a choice BKB, that you make. He had his BKB on. He was Fiend's Gripping. So you're a Luna. You know that your other main core hero is getting Fiend's Grip right now. You have the choice to try and do as much as you can to the teammates of the Bane, or try to kill the Bane from the low ground. Yeah. Kinda.
I mean, you probably need to just save Walrus Punch for him. I would say you can't save Hook, like that's not reasonable because Hook is your initiation tool, but you can probably save Walrus Punch and just use it on Bane.
Yeah, and I would argue like that's absolutely mandatory. It's the only way they're gonna get it because there's just 2 core heroes on Screen Squad, and yeah, you can't afford to lose either
you can't
of those.
not have Night Stalker for a fight. I agree with you. Like, even though he doesn't do barely any damage, like it's still, he still has your Void. The Void's
silence,
very important. The Crippling Fear is huge. Yeah, like the hero cannot sit out a fight, and he's sat out of both major previous fights. I mean, I think they still have a shot. Yeah. But it's starting to get very difficult. Night Stalker being 3 levels behind any of the core heroes on Q Insane is a huge problem. It means he cannot solo gank them at this point.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, both the gold and the experience graph are pointing the way of Q Insane quite heavily, sitting around 17 to 18k on both accounts, which is pretty tough to come back from. I mean, we talk often about Luna not being the same type of carry as, or Mirana rather, not being the same type of carry as Luna is. But right now, she has a Deso, she has a BKB. She is carrying quite a punch with her, and like right now, I'd say she's the biggest carry in here. Even though Queen of Pain is higher farmed but doesn't do as much damage, she does finish up her Scythe of Vice though for the next fight. More control for Q Insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Q Insane, I think at this point, well, they found one out. Good for them. It's Bane, but...
Oh, in comes the Lianer, gets a Sonic Wave up on 3. Luna turns on her own BKB. Might be too late, though. Yep, there we go. That's godlike right there. Dream Coil comes out as well. So Lianer in his BKB won't get hurt by the Ice Path. Is still going to come back for the Night Stalker. That's a double kill as well for the Puck. And they just got 4 kills. Only
4 for Bane.
4 for Bane. Only because Screenshot thought they had an easy kill in that support, which... You know, in a way, they did not, because he had a BKB and he delayed them long enough for the rest of his team to come in and just clean up.
Yeah, they really completely outplayed them there. And in general in this game, I mean, just look at the wards. They have such a good understanding of where and what sQreen are doing. And so in that game, in that fight, like, Luna took 80% of her health before even getting the thought crossing her mind to use the BKB. Yeah. And like, it's impossible without Luna. Like, if it's hard without Night Stalker, like, Luna is their damage. If you don't have Luna, you're, I guess, praying for people to sit in Macropyre. Like, maybe nobody's at their computers.
Yep. Well, it could be. You know, you never know.
And like, Macropyre into Ice is done. That's the other thing.
Oh.
Like,
and I, like, assuming, like, he's moving around right now. So I would think he's at his computer, and he's actually also changing around his direction, so he's also awake.
Latest reports indicate that Ancient Apparition is both awake and at his computer.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Q Insane, what is it? Like, probably like 18k? No, it's even more than I thought. Holy Christ. It's 21k.
Yes. It's kind of disgusting. And the surprising thing for me is like they just killed off 4 heroes and all they got was a tier 3 tower. You know, they should put that on a t-shirt because they have multiple team wipes had. And so far in terms of in the base, Squreen is having a bit of a man fight with Selena, which is not something he should do, especially now since Queen of Pain has a double damage rune. Nice teleport out though. That's decent enough. But like they haven't gotten anything apart from that tier 3, which is surprising to me and admirable for Squreen Squad. They do have a pretty decent turtle lineup with the Jakiro, with the Clockwork of course as well, and actually Tusk is not that bad for turtling either. I just wonder if it's enough. Can they hold on long enough before the Luna is, you know, humongous, especially now with the Aegis up on the Mirana?
Well, they need some lifesteal on Luna if they're going to do this thing where she takes some damage before she BKBs. Like you don't want to pre-BKB, especially not because it's already down to 7 seconds, so it's not going to last an entire team fight. Team fights are getting longer, so he needs to be able to get the health back that he's losing, and I think that means pick up the Helm of the Dom next before trying to finish this Manta or anything like that. The other issue is there's 2 scythes up now. Puck and Queen of Pain both have scythe. So the instant those 7 seconds are all you've got. Like outside of that, you will not exist. You will be a pig. Maybe you're a pig that's spouting like moonbeams in every direction because you cast Eclipse before you got pigged, but that's about it.
Yeah, and in that case, I would assume that Luna would have popped a BKB beforehand. In which case, she cannot do that if she is a pig. So we'll be
just like the idea of a moon pig, okay?
Yeah, okay. We can see it perhaps. By the way, I think your Helm of the Dominator request is denied unless the Aegis will disappear. Well, after the Aegis disappears, she might pick it up. But she picked up a Crystallis for Big Num, so he is now quite a big glass cannon, to be honest. Oh,
you mean the Mirana? No, I didn't mean
yeah.
For Mirana. I meant for Luna. Mirana, I think, go all out.
Yeah, because Luna doesn't have it either. Actually, I was actually kind of thinking that she already had that. Someone.
Right.
Has it.
Me too, but he doesn't. Easy ranged Rex. With Dezo, this is so easy to take a ranged Rex.
Oh, and there's an MKB and Queen of Pain now as well. That's already in the... Yeah, punched still, but Big Num turns on his BKB. That Flamin is done. And that's going to be Fiend's Grip.
Now they have nothing for this.
Oh, actually, Wicked Stick did not cast his BKB before Fiend's Gripping. Well, that might just be the saving grace for Squreen Squad, as they have already taken down the Aegis. Perhaps they can do more here. The Moonlight Shadow still come out. Pigs all around, though. What to do is also gone. And actually, the only one alive is the Luna. I, for a second, thought they could turn it around, but no, they cannot.
If they had buybacks.
Yep, then well, the Luna
if they could buy back the entire team and not just Luna, yeah, they could do it.
Yeah. Oh, I really thought that at some point they could have, because that Bane not BKBing before Fiend's Gripping was a mistake. He got interrupted in that.
No, it was definitely a mistake. He meant to probably BKB. It's, by the way, isn't that the worst feeling as Bane? Like when you forget to do, like if you have Necro or BKB and you start the channel and you're like, God damn it!
Like all you can do is like raise your hands off the keyboard and put them on your face and hope that you don't get interrupted.
And sing the Blink Dagger song.
Yeah, probably. Well, that was the only game today for the Yard-Wide Festival, and it was an elimination match in which both Big Nam and Stellianer did not die a single time. Pretty impressive. The aggressive Tusk pick, the second pick Tusk, yeah, it didn't really work out for Squreen Squad, as they will be the first team eliminated from the tournament. Will mean that Q Insane will be rotating towards the next round of the loser bracket. They will have to go through the entire loser bracket if they still want to have a shot at going to the finals. But we're far from there because there's a total of 16 teams. Oh, well, now 15 with Squreen Squad eliminated. Tomorrow, it looks like we're going to have ourselves at least 3 matches. We're going to start off with Next Please Gaming taking on the Retry, both of which are in the loser bracket, so that's a best of 1. Afterwards, by the way, that first game is at 13:30, so it's at 1:30 CET time in the afternoon. And we're going to have ourselves best of 3 between NextKZ and Rockskiss after that, starting at 1500 CET. And then that's a best of 3. And then at 1900 there will be a best of 3 as well by Power Rangers and Hehe United, both, of course, who made it into the winner's bracket as well. And for that, you can all find them on this channel. The last game of the day will not be casted by me, but by Vickermont, by the way. Thank you for wanting to do that. Well, I think my sister wants
the Power Ranger series?
Power Ranger series. So you're gonna have a great game. Like it's gonna be a good series.
So. I hope so. Should be fun.
Yeah. And yeah, make sure you tune back in tomorrow. That's basically the message that I have here. Do you have any last shout-outs or plugins before we head off?
Not today. Thanks for having me on, Shiver. I think this is a cool tournament. It's fun to see some of these lesser-known teams.
Yeah.
Some cool picks, too.
Yeah, Tusk, second pick, you know. Shame that
Yeah. Still not sure about that guy. I don't know if the support Tusk really works. I think you need to be tanky enough to live through your initiation.
Or it needs to be a surprise pick.
Yeah. Right, like 5th.
Yeah. And in that case, it's like, oh my god, we didn't prepare to be aggressive tri-lanes against, or we didn't prepare for the aggression early on. You know, that could work out. But they had a lineup for it to deal with it, so that happened. Yeah, thank you for being here. Follow us on Twitter, @Vickerman for my co-caster and @Cheever Gaming for myself. And you can stick around for watching commercials if you want to, as well as sticking around for watching pubs, because I will be farming ingots in a ranked mode. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Tim.
What?
Ingots and ranked. That's just it's like a mix of max casual and like max tryhard.
I am on a winning spree today. I went from 42k group rating to almost 4400. Not K.
Holy shit.
43k, no. 4200 to 4400. No, that's party ranked.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play solo ranked today.
What time is it? 1 p.m. No, I can't join you, but I'd love to play at some point.
Yeah, we did our first game and that was a win, so you know you were approved.
It was because of sick drafts.
Yeah, sick drafts. But it was approved, so you know that's needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for being here. Be back tomorrow or stay or both, and have a good evening otherwise. Or happy Valentine's Day. Oh, I said it.
You too, buddy.
I said it. Okay, we're out. Bye bye.